How can I determine that machine learning is the right solution? Hi, this is Farhana and welcome to my channel. Artificial intelligence, machine learning, neural networks, deep learning. If you follow technology news, chances are you have seen these terms. There is a lot of hype around machine learning from last couple of years, and it's hard to know how it applies to your own business or project. Here, I will cut through some of that hype, identify some real use cases, and give some pointers for how to identify problems that machine learning can solve. First, you need to understand that machine learning is just a toolbox of techniques that let us learn from our historical examples. You will be surprised to know that deep learning, which is based on the artificial neural network, a technique that's been around since the 1950s. Recent advances in both computational power and the training process for these networks have allowed deep learning to flourish and become so famous. The obvious next question is, when should we use machine learning? What kind of problems is machine learning good at solving? Andrew Ng, a professor at Stanford University and prominent machine learning expert, has a pretty far-ranging answer for this. Writing in Harvard Business Review, he said, "If a typical person can do a mental task with less than 1 second of thought, we can probably automate it using AI either now or in the near future." That's a bold statement, and I'd argue there are plenty of things humans can do in less than a second of thought that are not good candidates for machine learning. As a simple counterexample, think about the problem of parity, determining whether a given number is odd or even. I hope you'll agree most people can do this in less than a second. Plus, it's trivial to collect labeled examples. 322 is even, 343 is odd, 42 is even, and so on that could be used to train a machine learning system. The problem is that given data like this, many popular machine learning algorithms will completely fail at predicting the parity of an unseen number. They'll be no better than random guessing. This problem can be overcome by giving the algorithms more inputs to work with, but this requires problem-specific knowledge. The point is, there are problems where a blind application of machine learning will yield nothing. Here is an alternative rule of thumb. You might have a machine learning problem if the problem is clear and quantifiable. It's difficult or impossible to write down a set of rules, but it's easy to collect historical examples. Having rules for when to apply machine learning is good, but it's also useful to see how other people have already successfully applied these techniques. There is a huge number of machine learning algorithms, but many popular applications fall under 3 main categories. Predicting the future, personalized recommendation content, and uncovering hidden structure. In other words, we should use machine learning when we require complex logic with scalability, personalization with responsiveness. An example of a business problem where the use of ML would be appropriate is generating personalized recommendations. In this case, the solution to the problem requires complex logic, and we would want to provide personalized recommendations at scale with quick turnaround times. What are the reasons to not use machine learning? Business reasons to avoid ML depend on whether traditional methods and rules are viable options, if there are few or no requirements to adapt to new data, if business goals include 100% outcome accuracy, or if models must be explained or translated. What is an example business case for machine learning? Consider a financial institution that needs to determine which category of products and offerings is most interesting to a customer. The problem might not be effectively solved using simple hand-coded rules since the outcome might depend on many factors and overlapping rules. ML could solve this problem. So in this business scenario, this year's goal is to increase customer revenue by 5%. Our strategy is to increase cross-sales of personal loans to existing account holders through targeted offers that appear on our site. Our plan is to develop a model that identifies who, when, and where cross-sell offers should be selected to result in the highest probability of successful sales. We will measure the success of this solution by assessing the revenue generated by incremental sales of personal loans from our website. To identify a good problem to solve using ML, identify your business outcome or goal, and ask these questions. What is the strategy to achieve this goal? How could you use machine learning to achieve this goal? What aspects of the problem make it a good fit to apply ML? I am going to ask a series of questions to see if machine learning is the right solution for this problem. Let's get started. Do you need 100% accuracy on the solution? Probably not. Every customer we are going to select doesn't need to purchase the personal loan option. We probably won't need complete accuracy on this model, so machine learning is still a viable solution. Do you think scalability will be a problem as our customer base evolves? Yes. As the customer base evolves along with the size of the business, changes in data and scale could become an issue. Do you think personalization will help achieve the business goal? Yes. Personalization is an important part of our strategy for success. Machine learning is still a viable solution. Here are some key points to take away. Machine learning is here to stay. Businesses are turning to these tools as a way to make sense of ever-growing datasets and seek competitive advantages. Big companies like Google, Microsoft, Meta, and Amazon have talked about the transformation of their engineering and business to focus on data-driven approaches. Academic publications and open source libraries like Google's TensorFlow are enabling wider access to these techniques. Machine learning systems aren't general purpose, they excel at providing answers to narrow, well-defined questions. Look for business problems where it's impossible to write down the rules, but easy to gather examples. Whatever you set out to predict, make sure it's actionable. If you can't change something in response to the prediction, it's useless. If you have come so far and your answer is yes, machine learning is a viable solution, then my next question will be, is your data ready for the machine learning model? This will be covered in my next video. Thank you for watching. Please leave a like if you have learned something new today. And I will see you in the next one.